welcome to GenFriends. I'm your host, Cheri Hudson-Passy from Carolina Girl Genealogy, and we've got this wonderful, marvelous panel, and maybe some other people hopping in tonight. We don't know what's going to happen. We never know. So I have with me Jenny Hawran, who is from Herding Cats Genealogy. So hi, Jenny. How are you?
I'm happy to be here.
Like Herding Cats Genealogy. I just love saying that. So that's so cool. We've got Shelley Murphy, our family tree girls, back with us tonight. Hi, Shelley.
Hi there, everybody. Glad to be here tonight, too.
So fun to have you. We've got Mary Roddy, who is from the Applied Genealogy Institute. It's a new institute that Mary's working with, and we would like for you guys all to give it a look. We'll put a link. We'll put a link so you guys can go and see what that's all about. So
yeah, I'm excited. We're planning our courses for spring.
Yeah.
We've got courses running right now, and we're planning another batch for spring. And I'm going to be teaching a course, and so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, so we'll direct people.
Teaching a course in finding living people. So, because you guys know what I do.
Yeah, because I know what you do. Absolutely. That is great. That's wonderful. We've got Laura Hedgecock from Treasure Chest of Memories. Hi, Laura.
Hi, guys.
So good to have you guys here. I just love it when everybody has comes at once. When we get a big group on here, it's so much fun. And Melissa Barker, our archive lady. And, Melissa's blog is a genealogist in the archive. So check her out. All these links are on the blog and also on the YouTube underneath the description of the video. So check everybody out. This is a whole group of professional genealogists, y'all. Check them out and ask them questions and see what they're up to. But what we're up to tonight is day 8 of Relative Race. We've made it to day 8, and it was such... It was such a good day. It was such a good day that it's like, where do we start? I guess we start at the beginning where Team Green has immunity, and it's their anniversary, their first anniversary.
Cool.
What a way
to
start
that was
first.
Adorable.
Yes, what a way.
I was so excited. They got engaged in my town. They got engaged at the Space Needle.
Oh, wow. That's right. I wonder how she knew that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, I didn't think of any connection because they weren't from Seattle, but they must have been on a vacation up here, and it's a very romantic place to get engaged, maybe. So
it is.
That was a sweet, very, very sweet story. But I just can't even imagine having your first anniversary on a TV show with cameras all around.
Right.
But so they go into day 8 with immunity. Team Black's got 2 strikes going into day 8. Team Blue's got 1. Team Red's got 1. And so really anything could happen, and pretty much everything did. I mean, we had one of those days where it just kind of, all worked out for everybody. So, we start, they're at their relative's house and get their texts from Dan, and they're on their way. And we do have some problems with traffic. Team Blue gets stuck again. They keep getting stuck in traffic. We had Team Black, their conversation in the car, brother and sister, their conversation in the car was very touching, as they talked about, she was talking about how I'm not like Pat, and now I know why. All my life I wanted to be like him. And don't we do that, though, especially if we've got a very dynamic, she loves him so much, sibling. We always want to be like that sibling, and she couldn't figure out why she couldn't. Well, it's because she's her own person. We're all our own person, but that's what she's been finding out on this journey. So it's been so good for her.
She's never had the opportunity, though, to see other family members, other genes. And so now that she's doing that, it's opepening up a whole different side of her that I don't think she even realized was there.
Exactly.
I didn't take it so that it was this journey that was helping her figure that out. I thought it was more like an adult thing, but as a kid, she idolized him so much, she felt like she was less than because he was so perfect.
But I do think the journey's helping her too.
I think it's helping her, well, especially with the feeling something's missing and I'm not a whole person kind of thing.
Yeah, filling in these holes.
Struck me because she's the one that comes off the show, into your living room, like so much personality.
Yes.
Because she's an entertainer. Yeah.
She's
an entertainer, right?
Yeah.
But you know what?
We're never just thinking, who's good people or not. We're thinking who's people like us.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they are people like us.
Yeah.
But her biggest thing when she meets somebody, it just warms my heart when she says they showed up.
They showed up.
That gets me, and I start welling up. Somebody showed up.
Yeah.
And the person say, I mean, truly, and it just shows not because I grew up with two parents in the household. I wasn't adopted. This, that, and other. Everybody looks like everybody. But I can get a whiff of that somewhat to try to understand the missing, just what Laura's saying, because I didn't have that missing. I didn't have grandparents. I had a grandmother, but I never had a grandfather that I knew or have memories.
So it helps you understand people that are missing people. And I've said this so many different times that this show has helped me understand my kids that are adopted. It's helped me understand their needs to, if they decide somehow, some have no desire whatsoever, but I mean, that may change, but it's helped me understand their feelings, which, you try to, but they can't verbalize it. But then you watch the show and you now I know what to ask them. Now I know how they're feeling. Now I know, so the show has helped me so much as an adopted parent to be able to understand the journey that my kids are on. So I've appreciated that. So speaking of the journey, let's start with the challenge real quick. Let's get to that challenge before we talk about. Yes, Laura.
Hilarious.
It is going in the book.
Oh my gosh,
it's the one
definitely.
thing I have to say. And the second one is Lizzie looks great as a knight.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
So funny. Whoever came up with that was
good.
That was
it was called Knight in Shining Plunger. And
Plunger.
I've never even, you see that kind of thing in cartoons that a plunger does that. And I'm like, I never really thought that would do that.
I got a family reunion coming up. I'm bringing plunger.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
The first thing they had to do was they had to throw those plungers at the shield and make them stick, and then they had to throw them at the other teammate who was holding a shield. And it was so funny. Team Red, I mean, they're just, Giselle's holding it with the wrong hand. They're like, you
trying to throw with the wrong hand.
With the wrong hand. Yeah.
Basket on the wrong side.
Yeah.
So she's holding the shield and then she has to, why don't you just move the stupid basket over?
It'd be so much easier for you. But what about Cassie? Boom, boom. She just,
I know.
Well, she said she was axe throwing.
Yeah,
She's at
her husband have been axe throwing. That's right, Mary.
Yeah. And then Lizzie was smart and she was throwing it on the other. She said, throw it the other way and it spins and it hits. Yeah. And so I thought that was great. But I really loved, I wrote down that Dan said they were plunging away at the challenge. I see what you did there. Who's writing your jokes, Dan?
Yeah.
So that was a bad one. But it was a really fun challenge. I think they all had a good time.
It didn't stress them out totally.
It didn't stress them out and nobody timed out. They all got it done.
I was worried they were going to time out. I was.
Laura?
I think Shelley makes a great point. Maybe that is another thing we liked is I think as viewers, we don't like to see the contestants getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was competitive and some did better and some didn't, but nobody got,
it was entertaining.
Still having fun.
I was doing boom right when they hit,
I thought it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was silly. I think that's why you don't get the frustration because it was just out and out a silly thing.
A silly thing.
And not knowing what's going to come next.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it going to be a setback, a heartbreak? Are we going to find some bad news? Whatever.
Exactly. And we stress because if they're having a hard time, we're sitting here worried about the clock. thinking,
Yeah.
oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, oh no, you know, but they all did really well with that. So it was really, I thought that was really a fun. But really, let's get serious. We really want to talk about who they met, right? That's really what we want to talk about, because what a day on Relative Race. So all right, who wants to, is anybody got, Melissa? Who do you want to talk about? I can just tell there's somebody, there's a meeting that you
I'm
want
going to save the favorite for last, because that one
Okay.
just is going to have to be for last.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
what I think all of our favorites is.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Team Green. He met his sister.
Oh God,
Definitely.
yes.
Yes.
The one that's
And
not
I
13.
just love, huh?
That's not 13.
The one that's not 13.
Yes. But I just love Team Green. He is just he's so refreshing. And so
Andy, yeah.
you know, we talk about Callie being out there and everything, but you know, he really has a lot of personality himself.
Yeah.
And he really
I
is
agree.
seemingly, I don't know, he's like he's taking it so much better than all the rest of the teams.
Mhm.
Every single, it's like he's just going with it all.
Yeah.
And so I met
Yeah.
his sister Stephanie.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, was that on his mother or his father's side?
Father.
Father
Picture of
side.
father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, and they that was a great thing. And then the sister actually had, I guess, like a picnic
Yeah.
type
The
thing for their
anniversary.
anniversary, which I thought was
Yeah.
so cool.
Her and
I
her
thought that
husband,
was, it was so sweet. I thought it was so sweet, so very sweet. So,
And I thought I thought with her, Stephanie was her name, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I thought with her, she didn't have a great paternal, experience growing up.
Right.
And so she wished that she had her father, the father that they share, I guess,
Right.
gave up his parental rights when her
Yes.
stepfather adopted her.
adopted her.
And
Yeah.
I just think this was as good for her as it was for him,
Mhm.
Yeah.
to make a connection. So
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one, because she really was talking about, she wished she'd had that connection. They both had that connection. And he did make a comment about, I came into this without knowing any of these people, and look at I've got this family. Look at this family that I have after 8 days. It's just amazing. It's just really amazing. Anybody who would like to talk about another Mary's like because Mary some things. Mary and Laura married things this week.
Yes, I'll talk about Team Black.
Yes.
And I mean, so Kelly had contact. She discovered a cousin, actually her father's cousin, and Kelly had contact. Yeah, with the cousin's wife before, because the cousin's wife is the genealogist, and that's the part that I just loved, because I mean, she's us, and it's like,
she said this is the highlight of my genealogy career.
I know, it's like we all want Relative Race to find our relatives and put us on TV, and so we can wag our little tail feathers about, look at all the cool stuff I have to show you.
Exactly.
And she had it down pat too.
She did. Yes. Yeah.
It's so good. But let me ask you a question. Now, it was the DNA connection. Was it 2017?
Yes.
Was that the time frame?
Yeah, and she missed.
Was that?
And she said
okay, it wasn't 2019.
Missed it. Yeah, she didn't see the.
She didn't see the follow up.
Well, she didn't see the message to begin with. I think.
No, she didn't see the message.
Yeah, not.
That's
not
right.
That,
but I think
it
was 2017.
Yeah, it was. But I have a question.
Okay.
So Richard was I started to say the husband of the genealogist.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said he was adopted.
Yes.
Into this family, the Schroeder family. So
I think he is a Schroeder.
They're first cousins though, so he's a Schroeder.
No,
he's not.
Yeah, his biological family is Schroeder.
Right.
They are not first. He said, "I'm your first cousin." I mean, I don't know, grates my teeth, whether it does you guys. Just like, not first cousin, it's first cousin once removed.
And they did say that one point.
They did.
They did later. Callie got it. Yeah.
I made a little chart. I don't know if this was going to
I love it.
This is how bad we are.
It shows you how Callie is like a generation younger.
Right,
Uh-huh.
that's the
Yes.
ones removed.
That he
the ones
is
removed,
the
yeah.
same generation as her father.
So they share the common ancestor.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how it works. But
Yeah.
I love that the
But-
two of you looked this all up.
I love it.
But I didn't understand because I didn't understand. So Richard was a biological child of the Schroeders, but he didn't grow up with them. Is that what he's saying?
I don't know that he was of both. The
He said he was adopted.
yeah, he was adopted. So I think, I mean, he was maybe the her grandfather's son, but not
Mhm.
raised.
With
Yeah.
Right. Right, yeah.
So we don't know any of the circumstances.
And so that's
of-
how they connected, because
now-
it was through the DNA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So his father actually died a terrible death. He was in an
Oh.
accident.
Correct.
So he died young. So that might have played a role.
Maybe.
And maybe why he was adopted.
Who knows? Who knows? So Mary, what did you find? I know you found some things.
Okay,
'Cause
so
she goes on a hunt. She goes on a hunt.
Yeah, I was watching it with my husband. Wait, I gotta stop and write this stuff down.
Pause.
Because they did have Callie's basically Callie's grandparents as a couple, and said that they
Mhm.
had a son together, and that
Right.
is your father.
Right.
So I looked at Callie's grandmother's and grandfather's obituaries, but I was doing it on my phone, so it wasn't ideal. And tried to find, a
Mhm.
common child that was mentioned in both their obituaries.
Yeah.
I did not come up with one, but my thought was it's possible that Callie's father predeceased one or more of
Oh,
his parents.
That's true.
And that might be
could
why he wasn't mentioned in their obituaries.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Or it
that-
might be
Yeah.
that he didn't grow up with them, so
Could be.
wasn't considered a son
Yeah.
in
It
the
could be.
No,
I don't know.
the
What did you find out,
Cool
Laura?
thing is, she knows his name now.
found
She
him.
doesn't-
So
Laura, so she found it.
They had either 8 or 9 children. I had trouble figuring that one out. So I found her grandfather pretty easily. He had a couple of different marriages.
Oh,
So that makes the obituaries hard, because in an obituary, it just says 3 sons and it doesn't
Right.
say by 2 mothers and who.
Oh,
was.
yeah. Yeah.
So I came down with exactly what she had identified, is that it was the son who married that particular, they named a mother.
Mhm.
Right.
So it was that union. So it kind of, at what they said really added up. So
Okay, because I
but it
found
was very interesting to see these Pomerans coming from, this Lutheran people coming to Wisconsin and having a lot more Lutheran naming them all the same names like all good Lutherans do.
Yeah, it's so cool that she's got that now, because she has all
Yeah.
that printed back all the way back, and so when she knows the name of her father, they gave her a picture of her father,
Yeah.
so
I'm guessing because they filmed that back in.
she's got all this information
I
now.
think she
So,
knows way
yeah.
by now. If she doesn't.
Yeah, so
need
if she
help
watches
anymore.
this, she's probably going, guys, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened.
well, we'll find out if she comes on the show.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Better.
not
She'll come
if,
on-
better.
when.
Yeah, when she comes on the reunion show, we'll find out. We'll ask her all about it.
After
We'll
the
ask
big
her.
finale.
Yeah, after the big finale. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just so happy for her. Because
Mhm.
she came on this show thinking she wasn't going to meet anybody, pretty
Yes.
much being
She
She was
told.
there to support her brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he gets so emotional when she meets people too. And she gets so emotional when he meets people. So it's just,
I
They're
still
so
think it
very
would have been
close.
very hard for her to watch him get all the answers and
her
have
get
that.
nothing.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
that she met
Oh, me
people.
too.
And it
Yeah,
must
you
have
know-
been a terribly thin ice to walk on, or whatever you want to call it, for relative race to accommodate the wishes of the biological parents and yet
Right.
give the answers to Callie.
Yeah.
Well, didn't
So-
they show a picture of her mother or father, but they didn't show the picture that
They didn't show the picture.
her relative
She
was
got to
showing her the
see it.
picture, but they didn't
Yes.
film
Yeah,
the
we
picture.
didn't see
And
it.
really careful about names. In fact, I was
Yeah.
actually a little surprised that we saw as much in the way of names
Right,
as
right.
On
we
that
did.
chart. On that
Because
chart.
they
Yeah.
said the mother's side did not want to engage
Right.
at this time.
But Mary,
Or
it's because
something.
they forget that we're watching and that you will stop the recording and write things down. And
In
apparently
slow
That's right.
motion.
Laura-
And not only her, there's somebody next to her on my
so did Laura. So they've got to realize
doing
when they
the
saw
same
that-
thing. It opens that chest of memories up. And let me look and see what I can find.
Right. I mean, I would say, like, Callie just seems to always say things that resonate with me. And I wrote down one thing that she said, and she said, I have a place now,
Yes.
whereas before I was just floating and I have my feet on solid ground again. And that just always, that
It was
resonated with me.
beautiful.
Yes.
And just, it's like, this has been such an amazing thing for her, to just find out who she is. So I'm loving it.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
is really beautiful. I can remember when my parents died, I didn't know how to explain it other than I feel uprooted, like that the
Yeah.
roots were gone. And
Yeah.
so I get why she's saying that.
Mhm.
yeah.
You just, it's
Well,
how it happened, how I
but
grew, where I
Think
came from.
about Team Black.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next? What could be at
Yeah, I know.
week
I know.
9? And if we can answer that on each of these, because we only got one
We got
more.
one more.
And what
I
is
know.
next for Callie?
Well,
I
is
don't know.
anybody else
Or-
hoping beyond hope that as she has met these relatives, because you have to think now in their real time,
Yeah.
that after they've met her relatives, that those relatives maybe went back to
Yeah. And
Mama.
called and said, look, we've met.
parents or
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
hey,
Mm.
He's
into it.
genuine. Yeah.
And I don't think
No.
Mom and Daddy are together.
no,
No,
I don't think so either.
Probably
But
not.
that's what I'm
No.
holding out hope that maybe,
Maybe.
One
So-
of them,
I
But
think
Patrick still needs to meet
his mom.
his
Yeah.
mother.
yeah.
That would
yeah.
be, yeah.
So
Mhm.
Because there
we've
hasn't been indication that she's passed.
yeah. So
I don't think.
everybody's going, yes. Why
So
don't
we're thinking, we're processing.
we're
So
processing?
Patrick has the option of Mama, and Callie, we hope it's either Mama or Daddy comes forth.
Yeah.
Or at least, or somebody really close. Maybe she's got a
Close,
sibling
yeah.
that,
Mhm.
maybe she's
Well,
got a
she's
sibling.
met aunts, uncles,
Yeah, that's
whatever.
what I mean. Maybe she's
Right.
got a biological
sibling?
there.
That would
might
be awesome.
I
cool.
think it's going to be him.
Do you think?
The daddy.
Maybe something about
I think
Oh.
it's going to be Patrick who meets a
Patrick.
relative.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
probably.
Mhm.
You're probably
for
right.
the next week.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Well,
9.
that's day 9. That's the last day.
I know.
Mhm.
That's why I'm saying when we talk about these teams,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say
who-
who's left and
Right.
see what
Well,
that
then
weighs
who's
out.
left? We've already talked about Green. So who's left? Who's left for Andy? Who's left for Andy? To meet.
Well, his father, John,
Yes.
John Lane,
Yeah.
who's
yeah,
ill.
exactly. Yeah.
And he's
But his
ill,
dad is
so
sick,
we're
right?
But
hoping
he's ill. And so we're hoping that we'll do another hospital visit like
a Zoom call.
And
or
another
something.
season. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
last season, Thaddeus. Yes, Mary.
So I'm trying to think because, just think geography.
Mhm.
Now where did he meet his 13-year-old sister and her mom?
It's
Mm,
all
I
been
know.
in Pennsylvania.
Okay. But there
But they
was
had to.
there was a geographic, they traveled
Yes.
down here.
Yes.
And so
So maybe
they
he's
are north
heading
of
that
where he
direction.
met. Yeah, I'm trying to think if
Yeah,
they are
maybe he's
pointing
heading the
him
direction to be able to
into
do
where the father is
the
at.
hospital
Yeah.
is.
So we
Yeah,
might.
so they're in a place like Olmsted, Pennsylvania.
I never heard of
Olmsted,
Ohio.
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 Said
They crossed
Ohio.
the border
Ohio.
to Ohio.
Oh,
So
okay.
let's hope. I hope that that's what happens. I hope that he gets to meet his biological.
So then,
father.
maybe,
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
let's
what
move
about
on.
blue?
We haven't
Well,
talked
we-
about Team
We
Red.
haven't, we
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
got
do-
to
Well, we
that.
got blue and red to go.
Yeah.
We got
too.
blue and red. So let's jump to red. Jenny, what'd you think about Team Red?
Oh my goodness gracious. This is where it got really emotional for me, and because I've never seen a man react like this before. So
Yeah.
so Giselle met her brother Kevin.
Yes.
And he was, from the start, he never let go of her hand.
No, he didn't.
He just seemed to be, he had a very rough life. He served some time in prison, and he just seemed so grateful to know
so
her,
genuine.
to have
exactly.
that situation with her. She really had to calm him down. It was so interesting to see.
Yeah,
He
she's
was,
very,
he was so emotional, and he just was so happy to see her and meet her, and kind of like a father, older than her.
Yeah, because she said he's already trying to tell me what to do.
But I love that, because we had the disappointment with her that we know she's not going to meet her mother or her father, and it's like, okay, so this guy is so happy to see her. He's so loving to see her. And and they all look alike. I mean, my goodness.
Don't they all?
I mean, it's just like
They're family, you can tell.
And so she met another sister.
Can I interrupt for just one second? Because I want to talk about the body language.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so he'd been so kind of keyed up. He had to sit down. He just was overwhelmed. And there was another chair. She didn't sit in that other chair. She didn't pull it.
I noticed that.
She got down on her knees. And just was right in, just so close to him. Just that really said something to me.
About her.
And her attentiveness and that desire to be as close as she could to him was I marveled at that.
It was beautiful. I mean, he was just so grateful to know her, to meet her, and I would have looked for you if I knew about you.
And I think that was what was running through his experience of the 20-some years, of not knowing, being disconnected with family, and then knowing someone was out there looking for them, and them not knowing, and then here we are.
There's something spiritual about her, and it is not just her faith, just like she recognized this other soul's hurt. And that bonding. And she also seemed to know when to tease him, because she was like, you're going to start ordering me around.
And get some barbecue on.
Really.
That's right.
Barbecue. You can't give me any more surprises. You can't take me out into the backyard unless I know that, some's out there cooking. So, but he did. He took her out in the backyard, and boom, there's another sister.
There's another sister who looked just like her, and aunts and cousins.
It's like a twin.
And then the other sister that she had met came there too. So it was all of them.
It was a big reunion. It was just so sweet. It was just so sweet.
Now they all have the same mother. Y'all totally went quiet.
I don't know.
I know we went quiet because
I had to think. Because we know the girls are looking alike, and he's looking like the girls too. So I think maybe I don't remember.
So he did know and it was the one sister that had wasn't it the one sister that had told her mother passed?
That's right. So I do believe
it is that side.
It is the mother's side.
It's definitely the maternal side.
So I'm glad they planned this the way they did, though, because she'd gotten so much bad, just horrible, just painful information for so many weeks in a row, and then have
that cemetery stuff.
Yes, I know.
I was done with relative race at the cemetery. I just said, oh my God. But anyway, who's next for Giselle or her teammate?
Maybe they'll surprise her. So who would be next?
Who else would be there? Because Giselle is meeting siblings. We know she's not going to meet her mother. Is Daddy
Right.
still alive?
Don't know. I don't know.
No,
that
they
they
mentioned
I-
that.
I feel like
I don't know. I don't have all the days in the same binder.
Laura's going back through her notes. I don't, yeah, that's a good possibility. I don't.
So there could be Daddy for Giselle or more siblings.
Mhm. Or more
Because
siblings.
she's met auntie and siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
All
at
right,
least we
that's red.
okay, that's right. It's like check. All right, guys.
I think Melissa is chomping at the bit to do
I
the
know
next
she
one.
is. Look at her
I think we
face.
all are. I have to tell you that my husband doesn't watch them all with me. He watched this one with me, and he started crying when
Yeah.
Blue happened. Let me tell you, but he's a very sensitive person too. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Team Blue, Marshall told us a story which I don't know that he
Mitchell.
mentioned.
Mitchell.
Mitchell. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
I don't
okay.
know that he mentioned this before. Has
He
he
did.
mentioned this
He
before?
did.
Yeah.
He did up
Yeah.
in the
Early on, yeah.
Okay. Well, he went
His
into, I think,
sister.
more depth about the story about
Right. Yes,
about a
definitely.
sister that the last time he saw her was in a courtroom,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that they were separated, and he had been thinking about her every single day. And I think he was what, 8?
Like
Eight?
8 or
7 or
9. Yeah,
8 or
something like
9.
that.
And so when they pulled up to the house and he got out, he said, "This one looks like me." He didn't recognize her though.
It'd been so
No.
long, you know.
And so, but then when she said her name,
Oh my
I think
God.
his legs went, although he was still
Yes.
standing.
Everything.
Yes.
He had that brace on his
Had that
knee.
brace
That's probably
on. That
okay,
was
that's
still
right.
standing. But
That
it
was
was his
incredible.
sister, Dakima,
Yeah.
and this was the sister that he was torn away from, and that was the one he wanted to find. And
But there was other kids though, wasn't there?
yeah,
Yeah,
It
but she was
wasn't
the
just
oldest
those-
and she took care of,
yeah.
Right.
of
She
the
was
younger
the
3.
oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was key because he
Yeah.
remembered everything. And I
Yes.
relate this to the ancestry thing that Nika Smith and then that little boy Hawk the lost letters.
Oh, they're
of
looking. Yeah.
Hawkins Wilson. That was an 8-year-old that remembered
Yes,
his sister's
that's
name.
right.
And he
Exactly.
gets sold away to a whole nother
Right.
state and the whole 9 yards. And that's where I went and I thought, oh my gosh, you know,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
The thing is, he said, "This is really why I came on the race.
This is why I came.
This is why I
on the way."
came, is to find her, Laura."
Yes.
The most precious moment to me is when they were inside the house and he says to her, "I'm going to put an Apple tag in your purse." And she
Yes.
didn't think it was creepy. She
Right.
was like, okay.
Yes. To keep up with her.
Because he
They
said,
Our
because he
air
said,
tag.
I
Yeah.
was so scared to let her go, and that she would turn to
Yes.
mist, is what he said.
Yeah.
I know that was so poetic, wasn't it?
How far
Yeah.
are they apart?
And then day 9, the next morning, is going to be interesting to see when he has to
Yes.
leave her.
Right.
Yeah. To
Oh,
Shelley,
yeah.
to your question, I think there's at least 6 or so or more years.
Because
Because
she's the
she was a
oldest. Yeah.
teen when
Yeah.
they
Was
when
she
he
a
was,
teen?
I don't know. I don't know, but I know
I
that
don't
she's
think she
several
was
years
that
older.
old.
She's
because
several years older.
she is several, and he said like when him and his younger sisters were all like in a bed, she'd make a pallet on like in front of them on the floor, like
yeah.
to protect her.
But you
But
know,
she had a
I've
different
had
father,
foster,
right?
yeah, I've had foster kids that do that, and the oldest was 7, and he took
And they're
care.
on the pallet.
He took care, yeah, and he
Yeah.
took care of the youngest ones because the parents weren't doing it. So,
Yeah.
you know, she could have just been a couple of years older, but that older.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but I just thought
going
that
to-
she
is going
had
to
said
take
that she
care
was
of those-
15 when they got broken up, but maybe
I
I'm
don't-
remembering that
I
wrong.
don't remember. Yeah,
I
but
mean,
don't know if
just
I
his
heard
body. Oh, I'm sorry.
yes.
Just his body language, you know, when he was hug.
Mhm.
I mean, he just like
Both of them.
he just
Oh gosh,
like
and her
just-
and her tears got to me. Her sobbing, that sobbing just.
I heard
oh,
it.
and he just said, "I missed you so much," and it
Uh-huh.
was just like that was just like such an understatement, you know. You know,
Yeah.
when
Oh,
he was
yeah,
just like
yeah.
so like just.
And did
broken
anybody
and-
else notice after, they met and they got to talk, did you notice his overall demeanor
Mhm.
completely 180 degrees changed.
Yeah.
From you could just see there was just so much happiness and
so much
all of
weight
that.
off.
Yes,
All that weight off,
and it was
yeah.
so visible. Even
Yeah.
my husband and I were
Yeah.
like, look at this, look what he could see
He was
it.
so relaxed.
Yeah.
And
And even his
Yeah,
wife was saying to her, he talks about you all the time.
Yeah.
From the
She
minute
said,
met
I know
you.
all about you.
I know all about you.
Yeah, yeah.
She was
So
precious too. She was so happy
she
for him.
was, and just so relieved for him.
Can
It was
you
just
really
beautiful.
imagine someone, I'm going to say, took care of you,
Mhm.
and then they're just gone?
And then they're just gone.
And you don't even, and she went to live with her biological father. And my question is, I doubt if he knew what the biological father's last name was.
Nope, probably not.
So how do
Probably
you
had
start?
no
I
idea.
know how we would start,
Yeah.
you know, but I'm saying to find when you don't have that surname or where they were at,
Yeah.
where he was.
Right. How do you find them? Right.
And
Yeah.
especially if the records were sealed,
Yeah.
because
I think they
then-
were.
Most likely. Oh yeah, most likely. So
I
kudos.
don't remember what state it
Kudos
is.
to Relative Race. And I know when I was live tweeting when he had mentioned something about his sister, and I was like, oh, okay, I live tweeted, all right, Relative Race, don't let us down. I know you can do this. He's got to meet the sister.
He has to meet the sister. And I'm gonna say that's probably the well played part of the whole series right now was really that point.
Finding that,
Was
getting
seeing that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's almost like a movie. I'm searching.
It was just so beautiful.
And he finds
Like a
her.
script.
But it was just beautiful.
It was beautiful.
And
Melissa,
they
did you
had shared the same mother. So
Mhm. Yeah, and pulled away from that mom. Melissa, did you have anything else you wanted to say about Team
No,
Blue?
it was just an amazing reunion. One of the
Yeah.
best I think I've seen on Relative Race.
Yeah.
And the aftermath, like I said, his countenance and you could tell, you hear about people carrying something for their whole lives, and you could tell he was carrying that his whole life.
Yeah.
So
and
to Shelley's question of what could come day
what's
9.
next?
Yes, what's next?
We have 2 more sisters.
And I can't tell if he's kept up with them.
Oh,
because he said, I can't wait to tell them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how
So
it's
I
all
think-
get together.
You're right,
so I
Mary.
think- so I
Yeah.
think that he already knows
okay.
who they are.
Yeah.
So then it has to be Daddy.
Maybe. Yeah. I guess. I
'Cause
don't know. We'll
you
see.
know, Mother, no. It
Yeah.
has to be Father.
But could it be something for Tanisha though? Because she's adopted as well.
She hasn't found it in a while, so it could be her turn. It could
be
very
her
it could
turn.
be.
But it's
Yeah.
also day 9.
It's,
yeah.
exactly.
Well, for either one of them, it would be the climax kind of
Wouldn't
thing.
it be great though for these teams that have the 2 adopted if there's one for each of them on day 9? They just put them in the same house or same location or same park or same
I don't
something.
know if we could handle that.
I don't know if we can handle that either.
We're
but wouldn't
barely getting through the brother and then the additional sister outside. And then the other sister they had already met.
Exactly. So here's hoping. I mean, Relative Race could do it, right? Wouldn't that be the coolest thing?
It would be.
Yeah, that would be such a great...
I'm pretty sure the sister is going to go in the trunk of that blue car tomorrow.
I think so too.
I think they're going to be moving.
Yeah.
I think he already said
that's
that.
what
I think he
couldn't
already
remember.
did say that, right? I think he already did say that. You're coming where I'm, we're going to
She's
be in
gonna
the
leave the
house.
Apple
Yeah.
AirTag at that house and take her with them.
That would be
Right.
hard once I found someone
Yeah.
that was lost and then
But not
have
long.
to leave again.
But at
You
least
know,
it's only, if everybody moves on, at least it's only 2 days. It's day 9 and day 10. At least they didn't find her on the first day, and he has to go the whole week without talking to her. So that was
Love this show. That's all.
my gosh.
I
this
just
is
love
great.
just
A
love this
great
show.
season. Great season.
I mean,
we
I
go-
know that everybody says like this is like the best season ever, but honestly, this has got to be right up there.
This is
I
up
mean,
there.
Exactly.
Well, but
Exactly.
with the change of how they've been doing this too, where you have the people that don't know each other, you know, a couple seasons that happen, you know, and stuff, and they pit two strangers together and this, that, and other. So how did y'all do on that trivia? Did anybody do the relative race trivia? It was
I did.
on Twitter. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I
I
didn't
didn't
see
see
it.
that.
Darn.
They
I
were
didn't-
asking and Ayers, Heirs, what's his, he was tweeting. He said, "I'm back." Wait a minute, from a previous season, the brother and sister.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking. Yeah. Joe. Headline. Yeah. Headline.
Yes.
Yeah, I just missed it. I missed the.
Yeah,
the-
he's
on
been
there.
on the show, him and
Yeah.
his sister, and they
Right.
were several seasons ago. It's been a while. And
so
they
there was
were
a trivia. I'll have to go back and find it. Oh, I know.
there was a trivia on relative race
Long ago.
within the, well, last week.
Oh,
Within
okay.
the-
I'll have to go back and find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a trivia and there were questions about who did the, you know, whatever
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Oh.
I believe it was Twitter. I
Okay,
can't
well, I'll have to
imagine
go back.
you not catching that, Cheri.
Yeah, I know. I can't imagine me not catching them either. So I'll have to go
And
back
I think it came from relative race in some of, you know, the
I know
promoting.
Instagram does. I know Instagram does a lot
Does
of those
stuff-
little.
Or maybe
in their
it could have been
stories.
Instagram
And
because
usually
I'm on
they
both.
post it everywhere. When they do things like that, they usually post it.
Yeah, it might have been on, it could have been either one, but if they did it on one, it would have also been on the other.
Yeah,
No
so
matter
everybody
what.
needs to go
Yeah.
find that and see if you can do the relative race trivia.
So
All right, so
we've got
we go in-
predictions.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, for what's next for
yeah,
day
yeah.
9, possibly could be there. Okay.
Okay, so we go into this day scared because we could have had a team go home, right? We know it can't be Team Green because they've got immunity, but we
Immunity, yeah.
do know that they're going to still give somebody a strike because the last time they had immunity for this season, they didn't send anybody home. And so we're all worried, right? We're like, we got today. We don't want anybody to go home. So who would like to go over the results?
Team Black got first place.
Yes, they did.
And that was
They did.
awesome.
8
So-
minutes under.
8
Yeah.
minutes under, and the looks on their faces, they were like, what?
Everybody's
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
face. You know, that was
That
so.
was number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Red got number 2.
Yeah.
And 3 was blue.
Yeah.
Yep.
And green was 4.
Yes.
And
But
since
blue
they
got
got-
the strike
Yeah, because Green had the
Right.
immunity.
because
So,
green
yeah.
had the immunity.
Yeah. But let me back up for just a second though, because I should have mentioned as they were introducing, everybody is so thrilled when they're introducing who they got to meet.
Yeah.
That, I mean, they were all happy for everybody, but when Team Blue, when Mitchell said, I got to meet my sister, they all were like, oh my gosh, you've been talking about her. You've been talking
Even
about her.
they
So
knew about her.
even
They
they knew
knew.
about her, right? And they were so touched. You could see them getting all teary-eyed because his goal of meeting his sister, and they probably were thinking, well, good, if there's still somebody I haven't met, maybe tomorrow I'll meet
There's a
that
chance.
person.
Yeah.
There's still a chance for me. So just that bonding that they've had this season, that we've been able to see, all the teams have
Yeah.
bonded every season. They're just showing us more.
They're rooting for each other just as
Yeah.
much as themselves.
Yeah, and I think that generally happens. They're just showing it to us more this season. They're not edited all that out, or tried to come up with contention or anything like that between the teams. They've really
couldn't
been
it
showing
all-
us. I'm
Couldn't
sorry.
it also be because of the situations with each of these
Yeah, I think so
cases?
too.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
cases or
Yeah,
teams and
right.
things, and you've got, yes, it's adoption, but
Mhm.
it's really about disconnect and loss.
Yeah, and they all
You know.
understand that, so they're
And they
so
all
happy
can
for each
relate.
other.
And I have to give it to the spouses or the sisters or whatever
Yeah,
for
or the
being,
friends in Team
or
Red's
the
case.
friends.
Yeah.
And just to be able to understand, because it's also hard that if you
Yeah.
don't have that experience trying to help and understand what somebody's going through.
Somebody else is going through.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, the person who comes in, the team that comes in first place gets to choose the benefit, right? And so they choose the fanatic. Right.
Fanatic.
And
What
they
did
said
they
it was,
say?
they said we voted, fans voted, because I remember that.
Yeah,
And then I
there
said,
was a vote.
What
I
on
did too,
earth
but I
did
don't
we
remember
vote
what the
for?
options were.
Yeah, what on earth
Yeah,
did we
that
vote
was
for?
that was
That was a long time ago. So I don't remember. I thought, oh no, what did we do? I hope we did something good. And then, of course, Patrick says, so it's the fans' fault. So whatever
Yeah.
happens to the other teams on day 9, it's your fault. It's not ours.
Not on us. Yeah.
Well, they have to, because in the past, like someone's picked something that's a benefit, and then the others are like, this is a penalty. You're doing this to us.
Yeah, exactly. So
But
this
you
time,
know, it's kind of nice. I like this option this season.
it's worked out well. At first we were like, I don't know, do we like this? But I think it's been a good way to do the benefits. I really do. I think it's been a great way to do it. So yeah, I've liked that change. I thought that was really good. So any guesses? I mean, does anybody remember? Probably anybody watching is going to say, what's the matter with you guys? You're supposed to be Relative Race fans. Why can't you remember these things?
I'm getting
I
ready to
can't
Google.
remember what I
I've
did 2
slept
hours
since
ago.
Anybody Googling?
I've been Googling Relative Race trivia and I've got nothing.
Oh, well, there you go. So I don't know what we did, fans, but I hope that it's something really good because,
but I hope it's not too good.
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't penalize anybody too bad, I guess is what I'm saying. I hope
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
hope it's a real benefit and not anything that penalizes the other teams. That's what I mean. I hope it's
2020 they had trivia. 2019 they had trivia.
I know
trivia. We can't find the
Wait,
anyway.
here it is on Instagram. Wait a minute. Let me check and make sure it's correct. Instagram.
I checked Instagram. I can't find it.
Okay. Everybody go and see if you can find it and fill it out. Do you get to win do you win anything if you answer them all correctly?
I don't remember.
Is it just for fun? Or is it just for fun?
Let's make it a viewer challenge.
It was just for fun.
Mary?
So viewers should write us in the comments where they found the trivia.
Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of prizes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Relative Race swag. So it looks like Team Blue has a different logo on their shirts than the
we noticed that a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah. So have you seen that? I mean, nobody else seems to have that new logo.
It's very interesting. So I'm not sure.
It's only Callie that's wearing it.
It's very
but
interesting.
It has all the colors on a shield, but it's a black sweatshirt, right?
Oh, I thought Teeny had it.
But I thought Team Red had something different too.
Oh, I might have noticed something different.
Yeah, but they have all the swag, and everybody's always saying we want some swag, but they don't sell the swag. It's a Relative Race. You need to sell the swag because we all want it. We all want the sweatshirts, and we all want
merch if you sell it. Swag,
merch.
give it away.
Merch. Exactly. Relative Race. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't want to wish a strike on Team Red, but boy, wouldn't that be great?
Oh, I do. Sorry.
4 of them. Wouldn't that be great to have everybody for day?
And I don't know that it's ever happened. I don't remember it ever happening.
Awesome.
Well,
awesome.
It's because of the strike, the immunity with no strike that made it possible.
Yes.
Wasn't there 2 immunities?
Yeah, but one came with a strike, the other one didn't.
Right.
And, so,
and it's that, so you basically
mathematically
only have 9
9 or 8?
No, 8.
8.
Sorry.
All good. It's all good.
Math is really hard.
It's math. I do not get along.
Don't tell them I'm a CPA.
Exactly. I know. So Jenny, that would be so awesome if all 4 teams could go to day 10. Yeah.
When was the last time, or have we ever seen?
I don't think. There
was 3 teams one time.
Yeah, but I don't think that we've ever had.
Other than that, it's been
Sean Mark Sean.
Yeah.
Someone asked that question, and he posted that season 10 they all went.
Really?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, I just can't remember where
Season 10 was with the twins, right?
Yeah, they didn't all go to day 10.
Because the twins didn't make it.
Maybe he meant
they made it to 9 though.
But they didn't make it to 10. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe he meant, maybe somebody was asking how many times have all 4 teams made it to day 9, because I know.
Oh, here it is. Is this the first season that all 4 teams made it to day 9?
Day 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he answered and said that in season 10 they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But they did. Yeah, they didn't make it to day 10.
Day 10, 3 has been the cap. Because remember one that hurt the leg and was dragging on day 10 trying to get up. I remember running up that hill and Dan standing up on the steps and they're dragging her leg because they got hurt. And it's one of the wives, I think it was, that was hurt. And she was not going to give up. She was not going to give up.
Day 10, you got $50,000. And day 10, you're like, okay,
I know.
We're cool. Now we want this money so that we can go back.
Day 10, it changes. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we can go back and see the family again. So we want to win this money. So yeah. So Jenny, let's all hope that that's what happens. We love you, Fred. We love you, but
we do.
That way it gets everybody, because at this point you're going to meet all your relatives. So it's okay if you got the strike as long as you go to day 10, right? So too bad they've already filmed it and we can't talk them into doing something to make it happen.
It's already resolved.
Yeah, you know what? I've kind of lost sight of that for a second. I'm like, maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll do it. Like, it's in the past.
We don't know. They're not going to take our advice anyway. So, but yeah, so I'm excited. Is there anything else about day 8 that we didn't talk about, other than it was just an absolutely awesome episode? Anything that y'all can remember that we didn't mention?
Three hanky episode.
Exactly.
Yes.
It was absolutely amazing. So yeah.
How are they going to top that with day 9?
Yeah, and how are they going to top it with the next season, which we know they've already filmed? And so it's like they
have not disappointed us yet.
Nope, they never.
Think about from season to season to season.
Yeah. They're all gonna meet fourth cousins on day 9. Twice removed.
Exactly. Well, thank you everybody for being here, for going over day 8 with us, and thank you for watching. And we would love to hear your comments about, and tell us the answers to the questions that we don't see the answers to. We love it when you correct us and
please.
And
if you find a trivia, give us the link.
Absolutely. So we will see you next time for day 9 on GenFriends. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.